And good morning, everyone.
That's like like Courtney goes, what does Courtney say at the beginning of each one of her shows? Hey, Bolo Buddies.
Hey, Bolo Buddies.
Thanks for joining. And you're like, and what did you just say? You say the same thing all the time, too. For her. Anyways.
Well, good morning. Happy Saturday to everyone. Thanks for coming in. We greatly appreciate it.
Good morning, everyone. I made it this weekend.
And I'm going to welcome some people into the chat if I can get my computer to respond. What the heck? StreamYard is being really temperamental all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. And good morning to the first one in the room. Shocked that you're awake this morning, Miss Robin.
Good morning, Robin. She probably didn't go to sleep since last night.
Maybe not. I invited her in. She kind of laughed at me, and then I said, "Is that a yes?" And she said it was a soft maybe.
Oh, interesting.
So, you know me, I don't think before I say, and I debated on whether or not I was going to send a response. But I sent her the link and I said, in case your soft yes becomes a hard, in case your soft maybe becomes a hard yes. After I put it there, I said, I'm sending it anyway.
When she called me to wake me up this morning, she's like, "Oh," she says, "I'm gonna have such a long day today. I've got to hump all these packages that I gotta hump all these packages." And I said, "What did you say?" And she goes, "Oh," I said, "Good thing I'm not Robin." She'd be videotaping you saying,
now I have to be so careful of what I say.
I gotta hump all these packages.
That's just the way I talk.
What a way to put it, though.
Oh my. Oh my.
I gotta hump all
these. My.
Good morning, sweetheart.
What are you guys doing?
Hi, honey. She's getting ready to hump some packages.
I'm sorry?
She's getting ready to hump some packages.
That's what I thought you said.
She just recorded that. She made you repeat it on purpose. You know that, right?
I was like, oh, if Robin hears you, God, it would be crazy. Choice of words. You got to be careful with the choice of words. We got Robin in the house.
Robin's always in the house. You guys record this.
Thanks for joining, Robin. Sleepwalking.
I'm half asleep. I mean, why not?
Did you go to sleep last night? Are you still up from last night? Or
no. I went to bed.
Oh, because you've never stayed up all night chit-chatting, ever.
Never. And never. I don't know what happened, but I woke up abruptly and looked at my phone and nothing was going on with it or anything, but I went to go reach for it and proceeded to knock over so many things on the way. And all of a sudden Alex chimed in and I was like, that's weird because I didn't wake up from the sound of that, but I don't know what he was doing up this morning either, but that's how I woke up. And so that's what
nobody was on late last night. Like when we went off, there was nobody. I trolled the internet. There was nobody live.
Yeah. No, we all went to bed pretty early last night.
So I went to bed for sure.
I know you did.
All right, let's just say good morning to a couple more people. Good
Everybody.
morning, Frozen. Good morning, Penny Day. Hi, honey.
Hi, Penny. Thanks for being here. Misty's Adventures. Good morning. I'll greet them, T. Never Ending Saga. Hello. Thank you for joining.
Morning, Kevin.
And June. Hi, beautiful June. Thank you, June. I just love my gifts. I just love them. You really touched my heart yesterday. Thank you so much.
Caffeinated Christy.
Hi, caffeinated Christy. Janaea says no coughing. I know, right? It's just morning voice coughing. That's all it is.
Morning, Nance P. Good morning.
You got a big enough cup there, Donna?
Huh?
You got a big enough cup there? I'm comparing it to the size of your head since that's what we do.
And Abraham.
Hi, Abraham. Hello there.
Hi, Deb.
Hey, Deb. Hello there.
What was this comment all about?
This morning should be interesting. Hi, Amy Jo.
Hey, Amy Jo.
It's a lot, right? Never ending saga. Me right out of the gate. That's whew. He deleted the comment.
Oh no.
What did she say?
It's a lot right out of the gate to have me on here.
Who said that?
Well, I said they said, wow, Robin, right out of the gate.
Oh, okay.
Betty Webb.
Oh, she's saying she means with the jokes. Yeah, yeah, it doesn't shut off. There's no on and off button.
FYI, it's a he.
Oh, is it a he?
Hey, Michelle. Good morning.
Hi, Michelle.
Oh, look who else is up bright and early. Good morning, Don. And Secret Agent.
Hello, Secret Agent. I still haven't looked at my PayPal, but I will, and I'll send you a message. I haven't had a chance to even look at it. I told you I was going to do it yesterday, but I never went on yesterday. Janaea, good morning, everyone. Hope all is well. Janaea just wrote in the chat, Donna, don't go to Publix in Alton. The store is wiped out. Veggies, fruit, just everything. They restocked meat, but slim pickings went at 7 a.m. Ugh.
Hey, Tanya.
Hi, Tanya. Thank you. Olgara. Good morning, sweetheart. Darlene Priest. Good morning, honey.
Good morning, Darlene.
Hey, Darlene.
Thanks, you guys, for everyone being here, having your coffee with us. It's so nice to have you here on Saturday and Sunday mornings.
Right, Don? Yeah, they are. Oh, I guess this is
such a way with words.
Everything is canceled, so now we have no excuse to list. You're right.
Dawn and Dom did a live last night, and I was watching it, and Dawn, the auction professor, was talking about how everyone should really, really take this opportunity and just vamp up their eBay stores and list. Like, don't feel like that you know, sales are going to go down. He was saying to the contrary. He was saying that a lot of people will probably go online and buy because they can't go out.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of selling and reselling, and you know, people even will be resellers, you know, will be going online and buying stuff, kind of like, you know, with our auctions, because people don't want to go to thrift stores and look through piles and stuff. So, you know, I'm hoping that, I mean, I don't want to say that, you know, I don't want to use the word like take advantage of the fact that we do auctions, that we have so much inventory, but it's a great opportunity for people to stock up on inventory at low prices to be able to put on eBay, because like he was saying, a lot of people are going to be shopping platforms like eBay or Amazon. Like a lot of people were saying, don't worry about going and standing in line trying to find supplies. Go look for them on Amazon. And I mean, who's big as Amazon? eBay.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I think I'm sorry for not ramping up on Amazon this year, because that was originally my goal, because the first category you're ungated in is grocery. And God, if I was selling grocery on there, boy, anybody who's doing grocery on Amazon is going to kill it.
I know, right? I think a lot of people are going to be shopping on, because, you know, people are still going to buy for birthdays or, you know, holidays or Easter, or like those lots that I was showing last night, you know, and I said it, and I was thinking about it. I said, these would make great Easter presents. I mean, people are still going to do like Easter presents, Easter baskets, and that sort of stuff. And if they're not going to want to go to the stores to buy that stuff, because nobody wants to go out. And we're not, you know, we're not told to stay home. I don't even want to use that word because, you know, I'm afraid to use it quarantined. I mean, we're not quarantined yet, but
she uses it anyway.
I'm going to throw it out there.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to use that word. I'm so afraid. That video that I did, that I talked about my family in Italy, it was demonetized because a few people did go in and say some words. So I asked for a manual review. You can ask for reviews, and they approved it.
Yeah, well, they changed. I read it last night. They did tweak the rules of, COVID and whatever. They changed the rules where the average person like you, who has a regular kind of YouTube channel versus a news channel, they're going to lighten up on us.
Oh, good.
Because as long as it's just a casual discussion and we're not like putting news out there because we're not the experts, things like that. I still blocked, and thank you, Craig Lanchuk Pick is in the house. I still went in and blocked, and I put a couple of words in there so that,
Yeah, that was a really good idea. Yesterday.
I blocked the word mermaid.
You blocked what?
I blocked the word mermaid.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't, liar.
You won't have any chat in your lives, and nobody will be able to post anything.
I know. What will we talk about?
I know.
Janine says people are saying it everywhere. And Pat D's blocked the word cheeseburger. Pat, I just said to T when she called me to see if I was up, I said, it was Pat D's in the auction last night because I didn't see you. You must have come in when I was showing stuff. So hello from last night. I didn't see you pop in, but I saw someone post, hey, Pat D's or something, but I didn't see you. I must have been showing. Good morning, Jill.
Hey, good morning, Jill.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's a theory. I mean, maybe the auction professor's right. Maybe our eBay stores, I say our, like I have an eBay store right now. I have 5 items posted on eBay, if that.
I have 3.
Huh?
I have 3.
You have 3? Yeah. That's a lot.
You do know that? I'm so
jewelry. I mean, I don't know who's buying jewelry this in this day and age, but they're on there.
Good morning.
Awesome.
Good for you.
No, I'm telling you, people, I truly believe that people are going to continue to buy on online platforms because of the fact that, we can't really go out and go to the mall or go shopping or whatever. I mean, there's no set quarantine yet, but
right. Well, I don't know if you remember those colored baskets that I got in my crafters lot. The lady who had all that crafting stuff, they were like little pails that were pink and purple. Yeah. Well, I still have a bunch of them left, and my local guy, he's like the J&R discount store. He has all the Easter stuff. I would almost be tempted up there to go grab a couple of bags of, chocolates and candies and grass and make baskets out of it if I thought people would not leave the house and buy them. But, you got to think about the shipping on that. If I put one basket up, already we're at $8 to ship it, and then I got to charge something for it. That's the only problem with that, unless somebody's going to buy a multi-quantity that I'll box up or something. But it's a thought.
Yeah, they're calling.
You guys would be interested in that, let me know.
Social separation. Pat says he's had 3 hours sleep for the past 2 nights. That's not good, Pat. The number one thing that they're talking about is get plenty of rest, eat good, and have a good restful.
Never-ending saga. Funny T, only you and me would know about JR Discount Store. It's funny, he lives he used to live like almost around the corner from me for years, but he moved. Not that I knew him when he lived here. It's just funny. He knows what J&R is. Wow, just got 230 packs of toilet paper for $10 at the dollar store.
Oh, that's awesome that you found a dollar store with it. Don't we need links? I have teas only. Links for I don't know.
I don't know what you mean by that, June. Let us know, honey.
Secret Agent Man says prayers go out to everyone affected by the that word. Prayers go out to American friends and Italy. Yeah. So I'm really excited about getting online at 11 o'clock. You guys, if anybody missed it, I'm going on at 11 o'clock with my cousin who lives in Portofino. And she's going to let us know everything that's going on in her beautiful resort community. Portofino is just, if you haven't seen the thumbnail, it is just absolutely beautiful. This is Portofino.
Yeah, that is nice.
It
Oh,
is.
you're talking about my eBay store. Oh, okay. No, I wasn't even talking about listing it in my eBay store, although I could. I was talking about even bringing it to auction or something, you know. I mean, I could. That's a thought. I could put it in my eBay store as well.
Ooh, another great suggestion. Just replace the unmentionable word with the word Snickers.
Okay. So my code word for it will be Snickers.
All right.
Robin's code word for it will be mermaid. Now, Donna, what's your code word for it?
I don't understand.
Really? Really?
I don't understand. That could be my code word.
Robin,
I don't get it.
help?
I don't get it.
They're
Sorry.
talking about the unmentionable word. So if we want to see,
Here we go. Never ending saga starts with he wants me to use the word whoosh. I've always been like this. Always. It takes me, like, I've always been horrible at getting jokes. I don't
and I'm not making
Pay
excuses for
attention.
her,
What?
See?
What did you say?
So it's because you don't pay attention.
I do pay attention.
no, and I'm not making excuses for her either, but also I understand that English is her process second language. So sometimes when you have a first language, it does. Sometimes I get it.
Still,
All right. What you want me to do? I'm going to learn a joke in Italian by the end of the week.
Okay.
What?
And if she doesn't get it like that, your theory's gone.
But no, I don't think that's the truth. There is some words, just some, that enter my brain in Italian, and I have to think about them in English. But just some. Like, after all these years, it's not very, very common, but just some. Donna needs sleep. Why do I look puffy and tired? Or is it just because I don't get it?
No, just because you don't get it.
Robin, invite me over and I'll bring a 4-pack. What's a 4-pack? I know what a 6-pack is, but what's a 4-pack? Am I correct not getting that? Is that true? Because Robin's got like a questionable look on her face.
I mean, in my day, a 4-pack was like wine coolers. Is that what he's talking about? Oh,
4-pack of
Yeah,
toilet paper.
Ah,
that's interesting, Pat.
For 2
Okay.
Okay.
What is with him in his bathroom and me? I don't. I don't get it.
you're right.
Kind of weird.
It is
You're
weird.
right. You're right.
Now that you bring that up, it is kind of weird.
Yeah.
He wants to take a bath with people on his
No, we're joking.
I don't know, Robin. It's kind of strange. A little bit of an obsession thing
It
going
is.
on.
Siete tutte mate qui.
Sede
Sede.
tutti. It's a sede tutte matti qui, which means you're all a bunch of crazies. Did you just put that in Google Translator? Do you speak Italian?
That's Google Translator. Come
Yeah.
on.
Donna's jealous, of course. I am, Pat. I admit it. I'm very jealous. That she gets it. Yep. So T and I were talking about this morning about the Facebook marketplace. And I was telling her, she said that she does a lot of listing on OfferUp.
No, let go.
Oh, let go.
See, she's not listening.
You know, the Frozen app.
Yeah, well, it's one of those other platforms. And I was telling her how it's just so weird. Like right now, because I have so many big things, I have a lot of things listed on the Facebook Marketplace. And I was telling T this morning, it's like people will send you a message and they'll say, "Is this?" It's like one of those automatic questions. Is this still available? And I respond instantly. So the person should still be online when I'm responding, and I respond yes. And crickets, nothing. Nothing. And then, I told T, I said, prepare yourself for this. And then, like, I'll wait 4 or 5 hours and then I'll send a thumbs up just so that they get the alert that I responded yes. Nothing. Then I'll wait like 2 or 3 more hours and I'll respond, would you like to come and look at it? And then they'll respond back, no. Just no.
You should say, just look at it.
It's the same thing on Let Go. It's the same thing. They have the automated, and I said I see people put in there, if you can still see this, it's still available. And they still. It's the same thing. It really is.
I was looking, guys. My eBay is just because she said. I couldn't remember. They were asking in the chat. I couldn't remember what I signed up with, but I did use my name because she said.
I'll share my eBay store when I get a few more things up on it, because right now it's in a critical stage because I'm growing it. And I don't, if you get with your eBay store, if you get more lookers than you do sales, it affects the algorithm and it drops you down in the algorithm because
and I'm screwed.
Yeah, because the algorithm.
It's all hearsay, though. It's all hearsay.
It is hearsay, but they say that if you have too many views, which is why a lot of big YouTubers, they have 2 eBay stores or 3 eBay stores, because they say that it messes with your algorithm, because eBay looks at it as like, 25 people went in and looked at her things on eBay and no one bought anything. So it drops you down in the algorithm if they're not buying anything from you. They just want to see what's, in your store. I mean, it's hearsay, but I know, like, I've heard like Casey Paris talk about it. I've heard Star from Hip and Flippos talk about it. Like I said, it's hearsay, but I listen to the hearsay. I do. I just do, because you don't know if it's true or not. And that kind of makes sense to me. So,
yes, Don. And I did not dump him.
Steve says, Donna, it's not hearsay. eBay has stated that ratio of sales to views does impact your impressions. There you go, Steve.
I mean, I would think so.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
The algorithm goes with the items, not the seller. Okay, well, it's so
right. That makes more sense.
Yes. Yeah. So it will bring that item further down on. So until I get my eBay store vamped up, I'm not gonna, because I literally have nothing in my eBay store right now.
And apparently I have 5 listings.
Paul.
I have 5 listings.
Let me see. I'll tell you how many I have.
A lot for me.
5. I have 7. I have 7 active listings.
Hey, listen, that's like what I have, because for my volume, usually for me having as little up right now that I have at 450 or 550, whatever it is still not what I was. I was 0 on the end of that. But that's going to change this month for sure.
Yeah, I keep saying that too. I kept saying this week I was going to list some stuff, and I just don't have time. Yeah, I really just don't have time to do it. What else were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about oh, I know. You know what? We were talking about we were talking a little bit about President Trump this morning, and no political comments, you guys, but he implemented a when he did the national state of emergency yesterday, he implemented when I was listening to his speech, a special program to help small business owners. And Don, the auction professor, was talking about it last night, telling his audience that, a lot of people, if needed, should try to research that and see how this program can help. And all I could think about was, government programs. That's all I want to say. Government programs. It's like I was talking about the other day, FEMA government program, when the roof blew off my house and we needed to put a new roof on it, and we qualified because we have insurance to cover. We still do, but we had insurance at the time to cover the roof. We also had a huge deductible with the insurance. So the FEMA government program was supposed to cover the deductible for us. Because my husband was self-employed and he was out of work during the time that, all that was going on. So when I tell you, I spent hours and hours.
It's all the red tape, unfortunately, and that's with any government program. Listen, it's like my husband, I get annoyed when I see people, and it's sad, but there are certain people in this country that are on Social Security disability that truly don't need to be. And my husband that needs a heart couldn't qualify for it because we had a restaurant that he didn't get any income for 5 years. And so they looked at it as he didn't pay into the Social Security system, even though he's worked since he's 14 years old. So at 58 or whatever it was when we tried to apply for the second time, still didn't get it. So at 63, he had to take his Social Security because he hasn't been able to really hold a job because of his situation. And that's what happens. They make you fight and fight and fight till you give up. And that's basically what we did. We gave up.
That's what I did after hours and hours. And yes, granted, when you figure out how many hours it took me to go through the red tape to try to get the money for the deductible that wasn't covered, that we had to pay to the insurance company, and you factor in how many hours I was getting paid to go through that red tape, I was still, if we got the money, which we never did, I was getting paid a lot per hour. So you kind of have to look at it that way. But I did finally just give up. And
Donna Wester says government's not going to help eBay small business sellers. And that's true, too, because you know what? My son, who has a job where, he gets a salary or whatever, working for UPS, if they shut down, he's going to get paid, for whatever. But us, because I'm not selling on eBay right now because it's slow, because people, I think, are scared, nobody's going to compensate me for that.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to compensate me for that.
I'm not sure, but I think you have to be registered with the government as an S corp.
And I'm a sole proprietor. I'm not an S corp.
Yeah, I think you have to be registered. My husband's an S corp. Our family business, his company, our earnings it's an S corp. So I think you have to be I could be wrong, but I think you have to be an S corp. And government programs take energy. Maybe better put the efforts in your business. Bingo, Steve, which is exactly what I decided to do.
Yeah, me too.
I was done with all of the red tape that, trying to get the money from FEMA. And I just, that was way before I was on YouTube and way before I was doing, and that was when I had 4,000 listings in my eBay store. I'm like, I could be spending this time selling on eBay,
right?
Make back those. I don't remember what the deductible was, but it was a lot. I mean, our deductible,
I'm sure it was $5,000 at the time.
I was going to say $5,000, but I didn't want to speak out of terms. I think it was $5,000. The roof was.
It's national disaster like wind and rain and things like that. I think have a different deductible, and probably because where you are, it's probably
I think it was it was like 27,000 or 28,000 to put a new roof on our house. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, you have that
barrel.
Yeah.
We have the barrel. Good morning, Mama.
Hey, Kelly. Good morning, honey. I was listening to your live this morning. I was still laying in bed. I thought you were doing a private working hangout. What's going on? S corp is a corporation that S is the only way it's taxed, and LLC should be treated the same way. Yeah.
My husband takes care of all that.
No, flipping frozen. I'm not near New Rochelle. New Rochelle is Westchester County. I'm in Nassau County on Long Island, and I'm the last town in Nassau County, so I'm almost Suffolk County. So no, I'm nowhere near New Rochelle. No. And you know what? Quite honestly, it doesn't really matter anymore because the New Rochelle people are being affected by a Manhattan attorney. He basically was the one who they can link like 100 and something cases to in New Rochelle. And that's like an attorney who lives here on Long Island but works in Manhattan. It could have been the same thing. He could have maybe not lived in New Rochelle. He could have lived here. So.
Did you see on the news? It was all over the news. The guy that flew from New York City to West Palm Beach.
Yes.
Yeah, and West Palm Beach is 15 minutes down the road from me, the airport. He got on the plane knowing that he was sick and that he went for a test and still got on the plane, didn't tell anybody. And all of those people on the plane, and they did let everybody get off the plane and go home. I'm sorry. They should have picked a hotel and put those people in What is wrong with them? Why didn't they just quarantine them into a hotel? Why let them all go out into the masses of West Palm Beach? So now it's I'm not saying it happened just because of that plane coming from New York, but yeah, so now we've got, and all those people, God only knows how many people they came in contact. They want a list of, when you are diagnosed, they want a list of everyone that you come in contact with. It's like, how do you even do that? Like every coffee shop you go into, every door handle you touch, it's
I know, Kelly. I'm teasing you, sweetheart. T, you can't give up. It's your money. Keep on them. It's too late now, Don. It's over. He's on his Social Security, and it is what it is. And he'll be able to collect his Medicaid, Medicare, whatever, next year. So it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. He's learned eBay. he's trying anyway.
I don't know. Steve is saying, Donna, Google.
I don't know. Maybe is my chat maybe jumbling those words, or he's trying to say that in code. So
I don't know, but I'm gonna go look at it unless Robin already has. Are you, Robin? No. I'm gonna see what. I hope it doesn't affect my computer. I'm like afraid of it.
Yeah, your computer might get a.
Helps transport zinc to the cell and stops viral replication. Similar protocol shows very good results. Oh, okay.
Did you Google it? Did you look at it?
Did you touch it?
I didn't touch
it.
Don't
touch it.
Oh. He's it's like a how to keep it away type of thing. Steve is suggesting. Why isn't the president being held to these same standards? He's been in close contact with 2 people who are positive. That's what I was telling you about. Remember, T?
Yeah.
I was watching the T said she missed that part because she had to run in to the store or something when she was listening to the president on the phone. But yeah, one of the reporters, and he really danced around the question. And then I applaud Pence. He literally stepped aside, and Pence came forward and took over the speech. And I said to my husband last night, was watching the news, I said, have they said anything about the way Trump responded to the question? And basically, for those of you that didn't watch it, which I'm sure a lot of people did, one of the reporters says, so he was going on and on about how he wants anybody who comes in contact with it to self-quarantine themselves. Well, it's been all over the news that one of the people that he met at Mar-a-Lago from South America, Brazil, the Brazilian president and one of his people has been diagnosed with it. I
thought the result was negative from the Brazilian president.
The president is negative. One of his people tested positive.
Oh, okay.
And Trump was at Mar-a-Lago with them, standing side by side. So the reporter said, why aren't you going by your standards, and why are you not self-quarantining yourself if you were exposed? You're telling everyone who's been exposed to it. And he says, well, we're working on that, and we're going to be looking further into it or something like that. And then the reporter said, have you been tested yet? And he said, we're working on that. I'm going to be tested. We're working on it. And the reporter was like, when will you be tested? The people want to know.
They were pushing it.
She just would not give up. And then you could just tell by his mannerism, he's a big dude. Like, you could just tell, like, his shoulders went back and he took a step back and he said, Vice President Pence will take over from here. He was like, done with those questions. Done.
Yeah. Good morning, Lydia. How are you, honey? Thanks for coming in. Kelly, good morning. Thank you for being here.
It hurts my heart. It hurts my heart to hear my beautiful teenage daughters and even my son. My daughter came downstairs. My 17-year-old came downstairs yesterday and she said, Daddy, do you think that this is that this was like created by the government? And my husband said, no. She goes, well, do you think it was created by like another country as like a to attack the United States and to attack other countries and stuff? And
like chemical warfare. Well, there's always rumors about that.
And I walked out of the room, so I can't say what my husband responded to her because I was kind of like half listening to their conversation. They were talking in the kitchen, but it's a lot for these kids. It's a lot for us as adults, but I feel bad for my children. I mean, they're scared too. You have to think of the kids and the questions that they have. And I mean, my kids aren't little. I mean, they're teenagers. I think when the kids are little, you can like comfort them a little bit more, but teenagers, they're like half adult.
Littler children to me brush things off. Like, I think our older children are more like us, afraid to go in contact with people. But if you have a 7-year-old daughter, she wouldn't be as afraid to go out and play and have fun with her friends and stuff like that. But the 17-year-old, after hearing all this, is the one that's kind of, because they don't understand. And it's a whole different understanding. 7-year-olds don't understand because they just don't have that comprehension yet. No. But 17-year-old girls have the comprehension. So, it is completely different. Hey, Pat. How are you, Thrifting 365? Good morning. It was started by an animal. Yes, a bat, I believe.
Yeah, that's what they said.
They always say that.
Huh?
They always say an animal started.
They always say that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's always about the blame game, too. Who's going to point the finger at what? China's trying to say that we brought it to Wuhan, whatever. But it was similar to what we called an anteater. Okay.
Hi, Jeff. Welcome. We have a newbie in the house. He claimed later in the day that he would be tested, but did not say when. But then Dawn said they said Trump has tested and passed.
This is what I was saying last night about like there's 15 different stories. And you know what? It's so hard to know what's the truth and what's not the truth, I try to get my news correctly, but it doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
Both daughters work in a local hospital.
Both her daughters work at local hospitals. I know it's
well, yeah. I mean, and this is the other thing that I'm hearing is everybody was running out to get masks and all of this, but the mask does not protect it. It only is good for the person who has it. The mask is not a prevention method just because you're wearing a mask.
Well, my cousin was saying yesterday, and I'm sure she'll go over this when I go live at 11 o'clock with her. My cousin was saying yesterday in my country, in Italy, they tell you if you do go out, you have to wear a mask, cover your nose and your mouth, and glasses because it can be transmitted through the eyes as well as the nostril and the mouth. It's airborne. It's in the air. It's not even so much coming in contact with something or someone that the virus is on. It's in the air. That's why they want everybody in the house, because it's literally like lingering in the air. How scary is that?
Yeah, that's why, Steve says masks help contain small droplets, so masks protect others. Yes, if the person who has it, of course, you don't know if you're carrying it or not, because I think you can even be a carrier and not really show signs or symptoms.
Really?
That's what I heard. But again, that's what I heard. Yes, like you hear so many different things because so many people are going to have a different, I won't say strain, but a different response to it. And that's why they're saying the older you are and the more compromised your immune system, the sicker you're going to get. But somebody like, our children who might get it might just be fine and can be at home and just, recoup, where, 60, 70, 80-year-old person is going to have to be hospitalized and really, taken care of. It's like a different, based on your circumstance. That's why I'm so scared for my husband. I don't want him, doing what he's been doing. He doesn't need to, he's got very compromised system.
Yeah, that's why it's important that you hump all the boxes.
Yeah, you tell him no humping, that you'll do all the humping.
Yeah, don't let him hump. Don't let him.
He can't. He can't. When we went to Mr. Buys-A-Lot, he insisted on coming. Insisted, because my son couldn't make it, and I really didn't want him to come because men are so proud, and here we are. Brian's a nice, strong guy, and his office manager was there and everything, and they were helping, and he wanted to keep up, and he can't. What?
Too early for this, Donna. Too early.
No, but she's Miss Corporate, so she's used to taking over the humping part. That's why. And for those of you that are just coming into the chat, I'm not being like fresh or like whatever. But when I was on the phone with T earlier, when she gave me my wake up call, she goes, "Oh, I gotta go hump all these packages now, these boxes," and I'm like, "Did you just say hump?" It's not a word that I'm used to hearing. I'm like, good thing Robin isn't on the phone with us right now. She was recording this. So no, but you being Miss Corporate, you're probably used to taking over the role of the humping part. When it comes to anything, like whether it's boxes or mortgage paying or just the whole.
It's not me this time.
I see that. What have you created?
Just the whole, humping. You said it, T. I was shocked that you said that word. Like I've never heard anybody use the word "I gotta hump these boxes."
Always.
You do?
Yeah.
I gotta hump these. I don't think that's a word in my vocabulary.
Sorry.
Definitely not mine.
We called it lumping.
No, maybe I know it as a wrong word all these years. Hello, Sleepless Hustler.
That would be awkward.
Joining. No, you're right, June. I'll never live it down.
No.
Yeah.
It's too early in the morning, Lisa.
Oh.
Talk about humping. For some people, it's never too early or too late to talk about humping. I mean, I know for a fact.
Paul says must be a New York thing. I don't know. Kevin, is it? I don't know. I don't know. We always say things like that. Don't think twice about them.
T puts no time limit to her humping. Sometimes she humps late at night. Sometimes she's humping early in the morning.
You've created this, Robin. You, Missy.
I'm so proud right now. I'm bursting.
Sometimes she humps in the middle of the afternoon. Humping has no time limit for whoever it was that wrote 7 a.m. here, too early for humping.
See, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Kevin. See, the boys know. Yes, it's a New York thing. Never heard of it that way until he moved here. See?
I've never heard of humping before.
It's a Long Island thing.
Huh?
You have now.
I have now. It's kind of like my new favorite words, I think. I'm going to go and hump myself a new cup of coffee.
Oh, God, help us.
Hey, she's been around you longer than me, so I think it's your fault.
And she still called me the corporate girl, and I haven't been in corporate now for a while. So
Well, it's a state of mind.
I,
The learning's
I'm
obviously
trying to go
the way
back
it
to
is.
my restaurant days as opposed to my corporate days when we were cursing in the kitchen.
Well, I think it's because of the rules, T.
But you got to have some kind of rules.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people go in anarchy. I mean, just there's got to be a little structure. I'm not saying it has to be like real structure, but there's got to be a little structure.
Yeah.
Paul's right. He says, "What do you call it when a dog humps?"
You know it, June.
Yeah, but I just I never thought of that. But true, dogs do hump. But the way she said it was very different.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I guess I better not say anything anymore.
Tanya. She just got a mental picture of Donna humping herself a cup of coffee.
I try not to envision Donna humping anything.
Oh my God. You know what I feel like I'm in such a better mood like this morning. Like I feel like I was in a really, really bad mood last night. It's kind of hard. Did you notice that, Robin? That I was kind of in a bad mood? Oh, you did? I was. I tried not to show it online, but I have a really hard time hiding my feelings and like not showing it. And I really struggled through last night's auction. That's why I don't know if any of you were in the thing. T's phone was going off. Ching, 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 ching. And
yeah, they all said it was me.
Yeah, Robin was getting blamed for that. I had to shut the volume off.
I know, and Robin was getting. It was me texting. Well, for my first text was, "Can we call it? I'm really tired. I'm just really not in the mood to work tonight," because to me it is work. I consider it work. It's like going to work. So it was almost like I was asking my boss if I could go home early from work.
Meanwhile, it's her channel. She doesn't have to ask my permission to end it.
I know, and I said to Chit, "Can we just end it?" I said, I don't feel like working tonight. I mean, it was late too, and we stayed on really late, and so she didn't respond because she was showing something. So then I continued to send her like funny little emoji
messages. 8.
You are good at that.
To get her attention. And then she turned me off because I didn't hear
I did
anymore. But yeah, that was like, I don't know. It's no more unusual extra stress of the week, just the whole, I try to stay away from the news and from I get most of my news from Facebook anyways, and I try to stay away from it, but I'm also very curious, like any new updates, like what's going on, like what have they shut down now, like what country is saying this now and what country is saying that now. So it does really consume me. I take things very, very personal.
Well, it consumes everybody because that was something they did say yesterday was one of my radio stations when we were in the car. They shut. I listen to a lot of talk radio, so they shut the 5 o'clock off, and they brought the news people on. And one of the things they said is, people wouldn't be listening to us if we were saying, "Oh, it's such a bright and chipper day, and look at the grass growing so green, and the flowers are blooming." People are listening because of the negativity, honestly. I mean, it consumes more people to hear about the fear than it does about, about everything else. So, hey, good morning, Tom. Queen City Picker in the house. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, and I'm fearful. I mean, I'm not fearful of dying. I'm just fearful, I'm not afraid to die because I've got someone very special waiting for me in heaven, which I'm sure we all do. But I'm not afraid of the dying part, but it's still it consumes me. It really, really.
Well, you're not the only one. That's what I'm saying. You're not the only one because people are, want to know as much as possible. And I don't know if that's going to help us anyway. This could go one way or the other. Either it can really truly become a consumption of the entire world where everyone has it, or it could just, slowly be worked out and people get better and they find the vaccines and the cure or the prevention, and life moves on. And it'll be something like, Lyme's disease when it first came out. Now it's, pretty curable, and HIV and everything that's come along the way that they have a lot more treatments for.
Maybe because I'm older now, like when AIDS came out, it really didn't affect me the way it's affecting me now. But I want to show you this. This is on my personal.
Oh God, it's so affected my life. I mean, it did consume my life. Are you kidding? Really?
No, I didn't know anybody that had AIDS.
I lost many people.
Yeah, me too.
And I was very fortunate. No one in my circle that I knew of. The first person that I knew of that had HIV was a man that I worked with at Winston Flowers. I worked at Winston Flowers at that time. He was not full blown AIDS. He had HIV, and he was on that like experimental drug that they had come out. So he was diagnosed a couple of years after, like it blew up. But I was very, very fortunate that I wanted to share this with you. This was we were talking about something else. This is a friend of mine who's a psychiatrist, so I get free psychiatric advice.
Care. All right.
I can call her. I can send her a message, and I'll say, "Call me in between patients." So this was, and we were talking about something else, and I wrote, "My nerves are done," and she says, "Watch a funny movie, stay away from the news." And then I wrote back to her, "When your friend is a psychiatrist," like that was her advice to me. When I said my nerves are done, she's like, "Stay away from the news and watch a funny movie." Like, I wonder if that's what she tells all her patients, that go to her, like, that are. It's
my doctor friend that I'm supposed to have on the show tonight. I think she's still coming. She actually designs hospitals and whatnot, so she knows a lot about what's going on. But she's saying that because she travels, she's been in 8 airports, 6 hospitals, and 9 hotels in the last 2 weeks. She's now the Q word, and so are her kids. Are both home from college, and everything's their vacations been canceled, everything. So she's stuck at home because of all the travel.
All the colleges here are shut down. They haven't shut all the schools down yet, but like my neighbor's daughter goes to Hofstra, and she lives in. I think they're still letting them still stay there, but she's home now. They're here, and all the CUNY schools are closed, and the community college, everything is done. But yeah, when you travel a lot like that, and that used to be my job in corporate for 5 years, I was in and out of airports and hotels and everything. You just don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, thank God, I think I'm very strong when it comes to sickness or whatever. And I've got to knock on wood. I don't get sick often. I'll be the next one, But I think it does depend on your immune system and how strong you are.
Sure.
Tanya said she bought herself flowers and a cute little Easter decoration for her desk at work. That's sweet, Tanya. And Steve says, after watching yesterday's press conference and the disconnect between it and the evening news, I now believe in fake news.
Yeah.
Well, I think everybody does to a point, because that's what I said. We hear so many different things, and it doesn't matter. And again, I don't want this to be a political thing, because our show is not about politics. But whether you're on the right side, the left side, the middle, whatever your political beliefs are, we hear it from both sides. We hear it from the news. There's just so much coming at us.
I'm gonna make myself a note, but anybody who comes to my show at 11 o'clock with my cousin, if in case, I'm gonna make myself a note in case I forget to ask her. I'm gonna ask her if there's different. Actually, if anybody has any questions, if you want to write them in the chat, I'll make a list now.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Of things that you want me to ask her, because it's going to be I'm going to be like translating a little bit and, talking to her. And so if anybody has any questions, put them in the chat now and I can write them down. But different, I guess the question would be, how would I word it? Differences in news reports as far as the epidemic goes, right?
Yeah.
Would that be way to
and Tricia says, on a side note, the internet will become overloaded, all the at-home schooling, more folks on the internet, so folks will need non-net things such as board games, cards, and stitchery. That's so true, because I've noticed, and I'm sure you guys have noticed over the last couple of days, especially with using the third-party StreamYard platform, the skipping, the spinning, just freezing. Yesterday I was trying to listen to the news conference in the car. Forget it. It kept skipping and stopping and freezing. So that's going to get even more, because that's how people are going to communicate. That's how we're all going to communicate, is right here, because nobody's going to be wanting to venture out as much as they have. I think for the next 6 weeks, probably. I mean, that's my prediction until we see which way things go.
Well, they only called school off here until March 27th, I think, or 28th. So that's only
10 days, 14. That's probably 14 days.
2 weeks.
The 14 days with the incubation period, that's what I think a lot of them are basing it on. But they've gone further than that with they've already called the Boston Marathon, and that's like May. I think that's Memorial Day weekend. Somebody wants to confirm that with me. I believe always the Boston Marathon is Memorial Day weekend. I might be wrong, but
yeah, I think it is. But Arturo, Jules,
Lydia,
yeah, she says they closed. Where are you? They closed it for 4 weeks. I'm not sending my daughter back to school in 10 days. They can have the truancy officer can come and knock on my door if he wants to.
Yeah. See, a lot of jobs you can work from home. You know, being in mortgage for 33 years, we have so many resources online where we can use, engines to put people's information in, pull credit, run scenarios, things like that. And even when I was training for the bank, I did a lot of virtually like this, where I did classroom settings online like this. So there's a lot of things that people can do from home, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? Even somebody keeps mentioning that churches, doing some canceled all activities and things like that. Listen, I know Anthony, and there's a couple of people on here that do Bible study and things. You can do church right here online if somebody still feels the need that they want to get their religion in. You don't have to go to the synagogue or church or anything like that to have your religion either. So there are ways. Thank God in this day and age we have so many resources like this.
Yeah, 14 days is not enough. Just one person with a long infection period can start the whole thing all over again. Don Bargainhunter said 6 weeks. Someone said their Walmart 365 says that some of the Walmarts have been posting on their doors they will not be restocking until May.
Well, I caught the end too of President Trump saying something yesterday, and I think it's been implemented in New Rochelle now, where like Walmart and CVS and places like this now are going to actually do drive-through and set up like kind of tables where you can just go and like place an order and pick it up right outside in your car, so that you don't have to be in the masses. I believe that's what it is. Hey, Ronnie G. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning, Ronnie. They still got to get the manpower and the workers to go in there and pull those things off the shelf. I mean, what about poor people? I mean, we call them poor people, but at least they're getting a paycheck. I mean, I don't know. It's a catch-22. It's like, put your life at risk to get paid. It's like, what do you do? It's like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. I don't know. I just, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do.
Yes, drive up testing too, Janine. Yes, some of the labs like, Quest and things like that are going to do where you can just drive up so that you don't have to, again, be in a setting like a doctor's office. I mean, just sitting in a doctor's office, oh my God, with people in there, you just don't know, It's the first thing they're asking now. My husband had his heart failure clinic this week, and it's the first thing they called to confirm the appointment, make sure you don't have any signs or symptoms, fevers or whatever, or if you've traveled out of the country. So, of course, smart ass that my husband is, we walk into the office and they ask the same questions about being sick, and he's like, no, I've been fine since I came back from Italy. I'm like, really? The whole office turned around and looked at him. I said, really? You had to go there?
That is so funny.
But that's my husband.
Yeah. Yep. I was talking to another one of my cousins, and I didn't even know her husband is in the Bahamas. He went to the Bahamas for some work, and they live in Italy. They live in Sicily, and he can't come back home. He's stuck in the Bahamas. I mean,
I can think of worse places to be
I know,
stuck.
I
True,
know.
me too, Robin.
Exactly. But when you're concerned about your wife and your kids
Yeah.
and your family back home, I mean, in your country that you can't go back home to, I mean, that's, very stressful. I mean, it's still paradise. It's still beautiful. I'm not going to take that away, but
Good morning, Glenn.
So you're saying within the last 12 hours or so that it's okay that people are writing that word in chats?
Well, if you go in and read the update on it, I don't know about putting the word in chat, but the discussion, like the discussion that we're having here, again, as long as we're not giving advice, giving, statistics and telling people how to, oh my God, quarantine, whatever the word is. That's what they were saying. They were going to be easier on, people, unless you're a news channel and you have to be vetted or something. I don't know, because there's news channels too that are not necessarily news channels. So
Kelly says she ordered groceries yesterday, and the earliest she can pick them up is Monday.
Yeah, I'm sure they're backlogged.
Well, we went to Costco on Tuesday, and of course, no toilet paper. Not that I needed it, but they said they were going to get a delivery on Thursday. So last night on our way home, we stopped, and they didn't get no delivery. Bare shelves everywhere. We just went for another 2 cases of water because I always have to have bottled water in the house. It doesn't matter what time of year or what kind of things are going on. I just like to have my water. And to limit 2, but we were able to get the water. But now no paper goods, vegetables, nothing. I mean, meats, everything, nothing at all. So they didn't get a delivery.
I haven't tested the theory on because I typically have my groceries delivered when I have groceries delivered, and I haven't checked to see if there's like a delay with them. Let's find out.
Water is awful. Can't use it in the steamers. Everything that they're saying about washing your hands and such is what people should be doing every day. Absolutely. Listen, like I said, besides being in mortgage for 33 years, I've always been involved in some kind of food service. I mean, I started off waitressing in my younger days, 16, 17 years old at a little coffee shop in the mall, and went on to work in diners and restaurants and stuff like that. And, you have to take a course now. And we did when we had the restaurant. You always had to be, having your license from the health services. I mean, you'd be surprised. I mean, the first time I took that class, it's pretty gross to see what you can transmit. Like if you're not washing your hands and you're not doing those things.
Thursday is the first available day they can deliver.
What is it?
Wow.
Groceries.
Wow.
Groceries.
Thursday at 5 p.m.
Thursday?
Yeah, today's only Saturday.
Wow.
Good thing there's Uber Eats. And I wonder how long it's going to be till they start gouging.
Yeah.
They gouge at certain times of the day already.
My husband took a picture, or didn't take a picture. He showed me a picture last night. And I know most states have some little IGA. It's a smaller supermarket. That's what our local supermarket is here. They made out sale Clorox 1 gallon $9.99. Even they're gouging.
Are you kidding?
No. That was their sale.
Well, you know what? It's supply and demand. Whoever they're getting it from is charging them more money, and it may have to do with not having enough workers to get the product to the supermarket, or having to hire more people to get, or they might be paying more from where it's coming from. You can't always just blame the grocer.
IGA, Never Ending Saga, IGA. Yeah, and that's our local store by JNR. It's changed many times, but yeah, yeah, you don't know who they knocked people off of Amazon and eBay for selling masks for maybe a $5 profit, and then it's crazy, but
It's crazy.
yeah, I was surprised when I saw that too. I was surprised. You lived in that market, yeah.
So my husband said that he watched somebody on like TikTok, or he's like addicted to TikTok. He's like one of the kids.
That's funny.
I know. I just can't believe it because he does no social media, but the dude watches TikTok and he'll sit there with his phone and be like, it's like
you don't do that, Donna.
I mean, I don't watch TikTok at all. I
Not
don't
TikTok, but just looking at the phone laughing.
Oh, I look at the phone laughing all the time, but not on TikTok. Yeah. And he said that he watched a lady make hand sanitizer from vodka.
Well, it's the alcohol content, but you ain't wasting my vodka on no. I'll drink it.
We're both like, what a waste of vodka.
You ain't putting my vodka on my hands.
So the next thing that's going to be missing off all of the shelves is vodka. Because you can't get...
Oh my God, I got to go to the liquor store.
Yeah, you got to go to the liquor store. You can't get... T, what were you saying? You were in Costco. I mean, I haven't looked, but baking soda, vinegar,
Clorox, obviously, and no paper goods, none whatsoever. No tissues, no towel, no napkins, nothing. In fact, I took a picture. I did take a picture while I was there yesterday because the back of, and most Costco's are kind of set up the same way. The back of Costco is always that stuff.
A bottle of $7.99 regularly priced aloe gel.
Yeah, this was the back. I'm going to put myself just for 1 second. This was the back of Costco.
Wow.
This is usually the shelves, and they all forward out. This is where like the napkins and the toilet paper usually are, all in the back of Costco. Yeah.
The shelves are full, and it's all tumbling out of the front of the shelves all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not only is it on those shelves usually, but they pack it 3 or 4 rows. That was the back where they usually keep the tissues, the toilet paper, the Scott towel. My husband always laughs. It's not Scott towel, it's Kirkland towel, because we buy the Kirkland brand.
Never ending saga says Donatella is now starting a mad rush to the liquor stores.
How irresponsible of you.
I think we have a full bottle of vodka in the pantry.
Yeah, they're saying the dollar stores do have paper. Listen, IGA has paper products. I said that yesterday. They're on. If you go down their produce aisle, the smaller supermarkets have to pack things in as much as possible. So if you look up, I don't know, maybe people don't know because they just get the paper products from somewhere, but their overstock is all over the produce aisle down the whole lane. It's still all there. It's not missing. It's still all there. I could go and buy a whole thing of toilet paper today. No problem.
No, I don't know. I mean, I went into a Walgreens yesterday just because I needed to get a quick thing and all of the paper towels, and I did just buy a box of Kleenex just because like a 2-pack of Kleenex just because I felt like I should. They had Kleenex left, but they had no paper towels and no paper products. But I'm really lucky that my son, my 20-year-old son, has grabbed the bull by the horns, and he's like regularly going out and just, trying to stock our pantry with non-perishables.
Yeah, I think it's more important to have like some canned goods, and I mean, I don't eat a lot of canned goods. I mean, I'll have a bowl of soup once in a while, but I don't like vegetables in a can or anything, but just in a pinch, or frozen, it's not like we're going to lose power. So, you can certainly do that stuff. It's not like we're having a hurricane or a snowstorm where there's the potential to lose power.
Right. You're going to lose power if you can't pay the electric bill.
That's true too.
For people that are unemployed and can't go to work. Not every employer is going to let people take time off of work with pay.
Yeah.
If businesses are closed. I mean, if you live, paycheck to paycheck and 2 car payments away from repossession or 2 mortgage payments away from foreclosure, what do you do if there's no money coming in?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people I know that live paycheck to paycheck.
Oh, 100%. Yes, Steve, right? Pasta, rice, tomato sauce, things like that. Yep.
Good morning, handsome. Austin's up. Hi, sweetheart. Good morning.
Oh, so Never Ending Saga, is that your son who was vacuuming at midnight the other night?
Yes, that's him. He's such a good kid. Oh my gosh, I can tell he makes dinner, and he's such a good cook. He's been watching me cook since he was 6 years old. So the kid is just unbelievable. Yeah, he's great. He hasn't figured life out yet. As far as like going to college or like what he wants to do
Me neither.
for a career, but he's a good kid, and I mean, if he was making bad choices, then I would have reason to be upset with him. But I just, he helps me. He helps me with the mini storages. I mean, he'd like to see me grow this as a family business, maybe someday, take it over or something. He's paying attention to what I'm doing right now. But, college isn't for everybody.
No.
He went into the electrical field, and then he decided that being an electrician maybe wasn't quite for him. So, but he's still bouncing that around. A good friend of ours owns a big electrical company, commercial electrical. So it's not like residential. Like you don't call them to change out a ceiling fan. He does like, brand new construction applications where they bring the electrical in from the main power source on the street to a brand new building kind of electrical. And he took Massimo under his wing and as an assistant, to show him, the ropes. And yeah, he did that for about 6, 7, maybe 8 months, maybe a year. I don't know how long it was, but it's so hard, to try to figure it out. I remember when I was his age, like I couldn't figure things out too. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do and tried different things and different businesses. And
Oh, me too. I've been all over the place in my life. I mean, heck, I was going to medical school to be a doctor,
yeah,
Look at me now. I'm a reseller.
I know, right? You just
But you know what? College isn't for everyone. My younger son, he graduated. He's a late baby. He's October, so he was 17 when he graduated high school, and he was a broadcaster in high school for 4 years, and he loved that. So he decided to go to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, and it's not like it's more of a trade school, not a college. You finish in like 9 or 10 months where you just learn the front end and the back end of radio and TV, and he loved it. And you know what? But he was too young, I think. He was too young. I mean, he was 18 I got an offer from Verizon, and he didn't want TV. He really wanted radio. And radio, unfortunately, is kind of a dying breed too, just the way things go in this day and age. Now he's working in the dairy department in the supermarket and going to night school back to college, because I still don't think at 21 he knows what he wants to do.
yeah.
So it's hard. Kids don't know. I mean, even myself. I mean, I was in and out of college. Even after I had my first son, I went back.
Yeah. Just some people just can't hit the pavement and just run with it. I mean, some kids, and then the other thing too is, and with my daughters, I didn't want them to leave. I didn't want him to go away to college. My husband encouraged him. He definitely encouraged him. I didn't encourage him. I want him to stay home with me I'm selfish. I already lost one son. I don't want to lose another one. Even if it's to go away to college, I want him home. I said to him, if you want to take some classes, go take him down at the community college for 2 years, which is a really smart thing to do anyways. Because it's
I went to community college for 2 years. Absolutely. I mean, first of all, the cost is ridiculous if you go to anywhere else.
Exactly. So I selfishly wanted him to stay home with us. We enjoy him. We enjoy his company, and he's so much help to me. I mean, I can ask him to do anything and he'll do it, sometimes with a huff and a puff, but for the most part at 20 years old, most 20-year-olds, they're gone. They're out of here. They're like, see ya, to mom and dad. We can say to my son, let's go out to dinner. And my son will be like, all right, what time do you want me to come home? He's enjoys being with his daddy. He still calls my husband daddy, and he calls me mama. I love that. It's just Yeah, it's probably because of what we went through as a family. We are very close, very, very close. So that might have a lot to do with it. I don't know. I look at my family, and I think that with I look at with with me and my kids. I'm getting a little choked up. And I think that we're much closer than some of the other families that I know that have kids my age. I think that we have a really, really tight bond with our children.
Yeah, that's so true. Never Ending Saga Nassau Community had the same exact teachers as Hofstra, and that's where we went. I guess Kevin went there too. But yeah, some community colleges do have some really higher education professors that are just as qualified. Because people hear, "Oh, community college," but it's all about what you learn too. It's sometimes so silly to pay all that money. It's the difference if you go 4 years to Hofstra or 2 years to Nassau and 2 years to Hofstra or 2 years to Stony Brook like I did. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Michelle Pieces college costs so much money. Yeah, all of these
Yeah.
kids are, going to be graduating college in, 4 years or 3 years with a $200,000 debt.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and unless you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer that requires that education, sometimes, I mean, I know very few people that are actually using their education.
Oh, I agree, Robin. I mean, even when I was in banking, I mean, people that they went to school for like stuff that had nothing to do. I mean, I went to school for nothing that had to do with banking and mortgage.
Right.
I mean, I took some finance classes, but not, to be qualified to be, in finance. It was more honestly, just on the job training.
Yeah.
My aunt happened to be a realtor. My aunt happened to open the first, mom and pop female mortgage broker shop on Long Island, and I worked for her and got to know the business. And that was how it was all work experience. It was the only reason I got hired from the big banks was because of my resume with my experience, not because I had a college degree in it.
Never Ending Saga says my boys had two choices, trade school or Marines, which brings me to an interesting topic, Marines. I wonder if they're going to implement the National Guard.
Well, they have in New Rochelle. They have in these pockets what they call the hot pockets. Yes, they have. Now, I don't think they're being forced to stay in or stay out, of the area, but they have been deployed. I know that. I'm not really sure about what the whole rules are, but yeah.
They just opened a huge, beautiful facility here in West Palm Beach, the National Guard, new building, and it's kind of like eerie, like driving by there, seeing all of like the army trucks and the heavy like truck equipment. It's something that we're not used to seeing going around on the streets. I mean, they're all parked. I haven't seen them. I don't think they haven't been deployed here in West Palm Beach, but just driving by the building is like, wow, look at them, like, because you don't see, I never see them ever.
Right. Michelle says, I don't know about the US, but we have a shortage of skilled trade workers here. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I think our kids too were so pressured to go to college and not go for a skilled trade. My son at 34 is becoming an electrician. Even though he's still working at UPS, he's becoming an electrician, and he's done everything in his life too. I mean, he's like his mother. He's all over the place, but he thought he had to go to college, and he did, and but he studied art, and he wasn't he's a great artist, but like in this day and age, unless you're an art teacher and you're not making any money doing that either, especially right out of college. I mean, I look at some of the kids who just graduate school to be teachers, and you can't get a job on Long Island first out of school. So you're going to Manhattan where they're starting you off at $35,000 a year to be a teacher, and you're leaving a $200,000 student loan. I mean, that's crazy. It's crazy.
365 says they showed on TV officials carrying people kicking and screaming into forced quarantine, and a U.S. government person on TV said that our National Guard hoped not to have to go that route, but could. Where were they doing?
Where was that? That had to be in, I don't know.
First one did 4 years, and they have paid they have paid for all his college, and he's
Yeah,
going
the Marines, yeah.
the Marines. Yeah.
Or any service. My oldest son couldn't go in the service. He wanted to, but because he has epilepsy, he'd fail the medical. So he did want to go in. That was originally how he was going to pay for his college. But thank God he had a nice aunt who helped him with that because his parents couldn't. His parents are poor.
That's nice.
Yeah, I used to work at a hotel across the street from SMU, and I would see time and time again parents paying. I know it's over 50,000
It's
per
crazy.
semester.
A semester.
Per semester. And these kids don't even know what they want to be.
Right.
And they're just going. And if they don't get rushed into the right places, then they don't want to go there anymore. And it's such a waste of money.
Yeah, there's another stress. Kelly, the ECOB mom, says people can't find formula for their babies. That would be stressful.
Oh, that's what they were out in Costco too. I noticed that yesterday too.
That would be.
People are hoarding is the problem. That
yeah,
they just go. They don't even need it, and they're going out and buying stuff.
Hey, Brian, Mr. Biselat in the chat. Good morning. I want to be a banana.
What does that mean?
I don't know. He's being funny.
I don't even get that one, Donna.
You didn't?
No, I didn't get it.
I don't know what that means. I want to be a banana.
No comment.
Marie says, which channel showed that? And did they pull that off of social media?
Yeah.
That's just going to send panic all over. Not that we're not panicked enough.
Hey, Record Crate. How are you, Adam? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Selling, yeah. Not selling.
That's why I joked, but it's not a joke. Like last night, I was going to offer a roll of toilet paper with every winning. But Pat was doing it the other night. He was giving sanitizer to every winning auction.
I know. Right.
But I don't know when. Maybe we're not allowed to do that. Is there a rule on? Can I give away a roll of toilet paper only if you win the lot? Right? Like our giveaways have all these rules and regulations.
Mr. Buys a Lot says it doesn't mean anything. It just means people overthink everything. Well, Mr. Buys a Lot, that's why I'm having my cousin on today at 11 o'clock on my channel, straight from Italy, straight from Portofino, so she can tell you exactly, because everybody's questioning what they're hearing on the news and what's true and what's not true. Well, this is my actual blood, my cousin, and she's coming on YouTube, and she's going to tell us all exactly what is happening, what has transpired, and what the Italian government has done to get this out of the air. It's in the air. It's in the air, and they want it to just leave Italy and just get out of the air. Another question that I had too, which I was asking somebody this question: how come we're not hearing? Is it in third world countries? You know what I mean by that, like Iran and
yes,
it is. It's in those countries, because I don't hear anything about like Africa or Iran or Afghanistan or Russia. Like
it's there. It's there.
I don't hear anybody.
It's just we're hearing the very highly impacted areas like Italy, like here in New York or, in Washington.
Donna has an interesting point. She says, why do the folks in Italy have their windows open and they are singing if it's in the air? It's a very good question, Donna. That is a clip that is circulating around the internet. For all we know, it could have been a festival or something, and someone may have put that out there, as like a news story to just have people, like, it was all over the internet yesterday. And who knows if it's even true. We'll ask my cousin if people have their windows open and are singing out of their balconies. We'll ask her. I'll write that down as one of the questions that I can ask my cousin, because she'll tell us the truth. Are people...
Iraq is very affected. Michelle P. And now Michelle's in Australia, so she knows. She probably gets news too. So Iraq. Good morning, Justin. Hi, honey. Africa has not been hit as hard. Okay, because they don't have as much international travel. And then somebody said that heard cases in Cambodia concluded containment was lost. Oh, okay. You both have not heard the mass graves in those countries the size of football fields. No, and again, maybe we're not hearing all of this either because, they don't want us panicking completely.
Really, Paul, I haven't seen anything about
Me neither.
That. I have no, I haven't seen it. Judgmental. Judgment Care says judgmental. I'm still, after all these months, saying judgmental. Judgment Care says I close my windows when I sing. And somebody wrote, thank you.
Kelly's saying too, warmer climates may not be affected because the temperatures can't live in those temps.
What let me see.
Pat's saying, Paul, are you serious? I'm wondering which question, Pat, is he serious about the mass graves in countries the size of football fields, or that it stays airborne for 30 seconds before it drops? Which one? Sorry, Kelly, that is false. See,
Yeah, it's false.
Again, is it? I don't know.
I can't imagine that being true because any kind of virus, like in the heat, is worse than the cold. Anytime, like I know firsthand, like in the hospital, it's freezing all the time because they keep the air conditioning up so high because it keeps viruses down. In
Right.
the heat, they grow.
So Adam's saying, isn't Florida warm? So why would you have it there if it's so warm? I guess that's a good question. And Sandy says, I have an inside track and the football fields are true. So take it from an expert, and she is.
Donna, is there a way you can share your YouTube video with your cousin on Facebook? There's a lot of people would like to hear from someone that I can actually live in there directly. Okay, so here's the thing. I've been having a problem with my Facebook. It's been taken away from me like 4 times in the past month, you guys. Facebook I've had to prove my identity, and I think it has something to do, and I'm not sure. I don't believe anybody's hacking me. I think it's Facebook. I think because my storage unit buyers group is growing at such a rate and I post on there all the time and I stream. This is just theory. I have no idea why they keep doing this, but it seems like every time I stream my lives to Facebook, to my storage unit buyers group, which is my group, I own that group on Facebook, they take my Facebook away and I have to prove my identity. So I've been trying not to stream on Facebook. So I can't stream it. I can't stream it on Facebook.
If you don't stream it on Facebook, I can't do a watch party, right?
Right.
It has to be at least streamed someplace.
And when
you know what, maybe, and you know what, she can't stream if she's already created the stream unless she wants to create a whole new one. But I don't mind if you ever want to just try to stream it on Auctions for You. Let's see what happens. You're an admin in that group. You could do it.
I'm so afraid until I back up my son's page. I'm afraid to do anything, and I haven't backed it up yet. His my life journey with him, and so until I back that up, which like I said, I still don't know how to do that. I asked Robin to help me with it, and I asked Cha-Cha to help me with it too. I even said to Robin the other night, I'm just so tempted. I mean, it's literally 5 years of my journey. I'm tempted to just hit print on the computer and just let it just print out. It's going to take probably, I don't know, a long time to print out 5 years, but at least I'd have a hard copy of it, because when I lose my Facebook, I lose that too. So anyways, long story short, no, I'm not going to stream it because I'm afraid to lose my Facebook again. And, the other thing too, is I have so much stuff on Facebook Marketplace. So when I lose my Facebook, I can't respond to these people that are wanting to buy my items. And right now I need that income coming into the household. So I can't respond to them. So then I lose sales. So it's just like a snowball effect when I lose my Facebook.
You don't need to print it. It takes 30 minutes to back it up to your computer. Your entire
Yeah,
Facebook.
and maybe Robin, you can help her with that because I'm sure you know how to do that.
So T, it's 10:31 and I've got to get on with my cousin.
Okay, honey.
I didn't even realize it. I've got to get on with her. I told her I'd get on like 20 minutes or 15 minutes before. So I got to get on.
I'm going to drop the link. I'm going to drop the link in the chat so everyone can come over and watch. Let me just go out and do that. I'm going to drop the link. And I didn't mute my YouTube. All right.
Yeah, how can I what I'll do is if there's people that want to watch it,
I can share it to my Facebook. I can share it to Auctions for You. I can put it in, drop a link. I can share the link if people want.
Yeah, and what I'll do is I'll share the link, but it will still take them to YouTube,
right,
to watch it. And I wanted to you know what? I need to go because I want to text my my very dear friend in Australia. Because I was going to ask her, Kathy, to come on as a guest maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see to see what's going on in Australia. I know Michelle P is in Australia. You're more than welcome to come on if you want. But I know Kathy would come on. So, Donna, please pass those links with family. Yeah.
All right. I just posted it here. If you guys want, and I'm going to put it in the other groups at Facebook. And if you want to run, go ahead. Robin and I'll hang if Robin wants to hang for
that's
a few
fine.
minutes.
And you guys share it. It's there. It's T just dropped it. Share it with your friends and share it with people. This is going to be like firsthand, exactly what's going on there in Italy. Okay. Bye.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you in a bit. So I'll keep people so we can shoot them over there. They'll come right over.
Okay. Bye. See you later.
Right.
Bye.
And then there were two.
Yeah. At least we can get a word in edgewise now.
Why did I just think that too? That's bad.
I love it to death. But oh my gosh. Oh, you guys are the best, though. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. We had almost 50 in here this morning. I really appreciate it. Laugh my ass out. I just noticed Robin is sleepwalking.
I just ordered, just as a test, of course, I just ordered Starbucks breakfast and coffee because it's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
There's, a lot going on. I've got 2 shows tonight.
I know.
So, yeah.
Why is Pat saying, I bet I get banned? Where's she getting banned from?
No telling.
I don't know.
Hey, James.
Hey, James. Thank you, honey. Yeah, so you have your 6 o'clock. What time is your first one? 6?
Yeah, 6 Eastern.
6 Eastern.
I'm hoping I don't have to cancel it. I don't see why I would have to cancel it because my guest is actually Q-Word, and so she has nothing to do anyway but be on the internet. So
okay,
you should be there. She's going to have a lot of insight on it too because what she does for a living is design hospitals and whatnot. So I'm sure she has a lot of inside information, especially with what to potentially do to protect yourself and things like that.
Right.
And then
I would love to answer that
be...
question with the masks because everybody keeps saying, it's not true, T. Don't think you need to put a mask on and you're not going to get it. It doesn't prevent it. It only is best for the person who has it so they don't spread it.
Right. And then I finally have infiltrated the bad boys of reselling without having to grow a beard.
Oh, gosh. And they're on at 10 p.m. Eastern?
9.
Okay, because there's that benefit tonight too for Justin at 9. Yeah. So are they're gonna still have that one at 9? Do you know?
I don't know. There's just a lot going on today.
Okay. So I owe you some video footage, I know. And that's honestly, as soon as Donna's off today, that's my first and foremost. That's like what's on my radar. Then I have to hump those packages.
I don't want video of that.
No, okay. All right. And then I have to do a video myself. If I don't get a recorded video up, I have so much footage. It's not even funny.
We got to get you a intro and stuff.
Yes.
So
I didn't relist those sneakers yet, just saying.
I can definitely, if once you send me even the footage from my excursions, I could probably put something together for you too. Plus,
Okay.
between, I can go on and capture some of your auction.
Yeah, I kind of have a vision of kind of some of it, some of the intro.
What we'll do is we'll just this is how I usually do it, is we'll create a StreamYard, a private StreamYard, and we can just go in there and I can share screen, you can share screen, kind of go over our ideas and go from there.
Okay, yeah. So if you guys don't know it, and if you are new to my channel or new to us here, Robin has been helping out in the community. She's very talented when it comes to doing a lot of the graphics with YouTube. So like Donna's trailer, Donna's introduction, she's done Courtney Bolo Buddies, and now I think Amy, right? Hot Mess Thrifter, you did Amy's as well. Who else can we tout on here?
Well, I had discussed with Hunters Vegas, which is now Desert Hunters.
Desert Hunters, yeah.
Doing their trailer, so
excellent, yeah. So if you guys have seen Courtney Bolo Buddies or Donna or Amy's stuff, this is the girl. This is Robin. She can do it. And that's. Did you go to school for it, Robin, or just something that you naturally did?
Just something I've always done.
Nice.
I've always, if it wasn't coding on computers to make video games when I first started computers.
Oh, okay.
And website building, things like that.
Oh, nice.
Of course.
Robin later if she has time for the Style Jiggy project coming. Interesting. Nice.
Yeah, and I was advised to go on to Fiverr.com and maybe advertise on there. But I was looking at it and I noticed most of the people that advertise and make trailers on there, and it's very cheap. You can go on there very cheaply, but they're generic. You can't really. My specialty is personalizing.
Yeah,
letting the person help personalize it so that it fits them. Like Courtney and I spent quite a while on hers just to make sure that, because that's something that you want on your page to represent yourself, not just a generic song and graphics popping on the screen or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So the difference between me and some of those other ones is that it's not going to be generic. It's going to be very tailored to the channel.
Oh, yeah. And, there's something to say about Fiverr and stuff like that. You don't have constant contact with the first. I mean, it's a relationship too. If I want you to change something up, tweak something up, there's a different of understanding and things like that. Paul said inquired for her for doing, but I guess I don't have what it takes. What does that mean, Paul?
I haven't gotten an email from you, Paul. I've gotten a quick question online, but you can go to becauseshed.com and drop your information there, or you can go to my Gmail and just, becauseshed@gmail.com and kind of let me know what you want, and I can give you a quote.
Yeah, so that's the next thing that I'm developing is the website. I did buy a bunch on my GoDaddy. I reserved, and I have websites. I can't even tell you how many websites I have that I still keep because of whatever reason, but I couldn't get auctionsforyou.com. Oh, no, could I? Oh, maybe I did. I don't remember. It might have been I could only get auction for you. Whatever it is, I did T auctions for you. I did a bunch of them so that I can redirect traffic even if somebody makes a mistake. Right. Because that's happened with, I have My Great Find for You, and everybody wants to put that S. My Great Finds for You, and it's not. It's My Great Finds.
Yeah.
Hindsight's 2020. Probably should have done that, but whatever.
There's Heather and her thumb.
The what?
There's Heather and her thumb.
Heather and her thumb. Thank you, guys. Yes, please don't forget to put the thumbs up. Please don't forget to like the video, share, and subscribe. I had been last night only 74 away from 1,000.
Yeah.
Now, for some reason, I'm 76 away from, because
It
YouTube, like,
happens, especially, some people click on it thinking or being suggested a site, and maybe they're not into auctions or whatnot. So
right. Like last night when we both got picked on Pusa Studios, when he,
yeah,
people might just do it so the count goes up while you're in Pusa, and then once you come off, they,
yep.
I don't know. But I've done that before where I've subscribed to people, and there's not enough hours in the day. And I understand to go back and watch. Nobody's going back to watch my auctions anyway, and probably for the most part, nobody's coming back to watch coffee either. Although some people do, like I get messages all the time, like, "Oh, I missed you guys this morning. I went back and watched it," which I
Well, I have
really
a confession. I actually do go back and watch, but only when I want background. I don't watch it. I just listen to you guys.
right.
There's a lot going on in your auctions that have nothing to do with auctions, so it's
I
fun
know.
to listen to you guys
And
talk.
that's the positive and negative of us, because we're not that okay, $1 going once, going twice, sold, okay, $2 to start, $2 going once,
Right.
we just, that's not us. I tried a timed auction on a Monday night one night. I don't know if you came into that at all.
Yeah,
Crashed and burned terribly.
not a fan.
First of all, the lag.
Yeah,
First of all, the lag. Second of all, people were so used to, and we love that they do it. Like, I last night sold that perfume. I think I brought it downstairs to ship already. But like, I'm getting like Donna now, where I've got so much stuff in front of me, I don't have time to look it up anymore, because I know I'm bringing it to auction. So you know what? All right, I think you said that perfume, or somebody put in the chat that perfume was going for $100. Okay, well,
160. I
somebody
believe
got
it was.
that another perfume for 65, and thank God. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's out of here, and it is what it is. They want to have time to look it up. They want to have time to do the research, because of the audience that we're catering to, because we're doing to resellers. Now, if we weren't selling to resellers and we were just doing one item where we would say, okay, let's start this watch at $15, and they were going to use it for personal use. Okay, a minute, let's go. That's a different story. That's a different story. But for what we do with sharing with resellers, we want them to look it up. We want you guys to make money. Listen, I went to Brian Mr. Buys a Lot this week, and I filled a 15-foot truck of brand new clothes with tags and media.
Yeah.
And the intention is to bring you guys, he gave me a deal, and I want to give you guys a deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I might put some stuff on eBay, because I'm unlike Donna, I'm not dissolving my eBay store.
Right.
I fully intend to still.
She's on the fence. Like, one day she's dissolving it, the next day she wants to build it up. So
I know. Well, it's hard, because I picked up, like her, she had some really nice designer glasses, and I, in a storage unit, found 2 designer pair of glasses, one in a Cartier box, had them looked at. They're absolutely Cartier glasses. They go for like $400.
Yeah.
And I don't mean this insulting to my viewers. I'm not going to get that at auction. Like, and I'm not even going to get 200 at auction.
No.
For one pair, unless somebody wants them for personal use, like those shoes, right? The sneakers, I brought them to everybody first to see at a discount if anybody wanted them. But I knew I'd get $300 on eBay for them, and I did. Unfortunately, they came back, but thank God nothing wrong with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't justify $200 for shoes right now, but that was an excellent deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, of course not. And you know what? Especially, when we're all struggling to survive now, I want to pass on the reselling deals to you guys. The clothes last night, probably could have gotten a lot more for, $25 for that lot of clothes I sold, but I made a little bit money.
Yeah. And it's like, if you give good deals, they'll come back.
T, where did you get the clear bags and the size you use for each pair of shoes you sent me? You know what, Pat? I'll send you the link. I order from the same place all the time, but off the top of my head, I don't remember who the place is. T, open a second and sell little on it often when eBay suspends its only.
Janine.
Why are you asking? I have it. I have actually two eBay stores because my husband has one under his profile. I have one under mine, but I'm wondering why he's asking me to open another one. Often when eBay suspends, it only is at the account level. Good morning, Chris. Cajun reseller.
Janine suggests that you sell a signed hoodie with a few issues that she hears they sell well. Tuesday, though.
Oh, Janine. I can't even get monetized yet. You think people are going to buy an autographed hoodie that's ripped from me? I don't think so.
It's refreshing talking to you, T, because that conversation would have been 10 minutes long of Donna saying, I don't get it.
Oh.
I didn't expect you to get it because I'm so used to having to over-explain things.
I got it. I come from the community. I come for the community and banter when it is my wake time. I don't resell, and buying from USA shipping is unreal. Yeah, Polgara, it's true. But Michelle's still with the shh.
Yeah, Donna's got her own hashtag now. Hashtag swoosh.
It's okay. I mean, listen, I love my girl to death. Don't get me wrong. I really think a lot of it, too, has to do with the fact that her brain, for 7 years, her main language was Italian. She didn't know English. So I think her brain still probably with certain things now.
That's part of it, sure. I think a lot of it is
a little blonde about.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is not paying attention, though, because she's
I
already at
I
20
agree with
thoughts
that,
going
too.
on.
Well, yeah, because I bring that to her attention a lot, too, when we're on the phone and we're talking and she's telling me something and we're talking. I'm sure you've gone through this, too. And then all of a sudden you start talking and it's like, And she's like just, and doing something and not paying a bit of attention. I'm just
You
like,
definitely know when you have it and when you don't.
Yeah. Good morning, Todd. How are you, honey? Thanks for coming in. But yeah, it's definitely crazy the way we run an auction compared to the way other people run an auction.
Yeah.
Because you know what? We love this community. I love this community. I mean, and you weren't a reseller when you came to the community. You really weren't.
I had full intentions of being, but no.
Right. But there's such great people here. And some people just watch and listen to us, and I appreciate it because I get in the chat all the time at the auction, like, oh, I wish I could buy. I'm not a reseller. That's, great. Or, I wish I had the money now. Or, somebody will chime in like 2 hours into the auction. Oh, I'm here listening. I can't afford to buy anything right now. That's okay. We love that you guys come in and spend your time with us, and it's all good. I don't want anybody ever to feel like they can't make their presence known because we're going to expect you to buy.
Right.
Hey, I know, believe me, I know when you can't do it all the time. And especially now when people are struggling, it's fine. We'll bring what we can as the best deal we can. And if it's something you're interested in, great. If it's not, that's why we ask you guys to pass all the time. Thank you, Michelle. See, she's not a reseller, but she loves and supports you guys. Thank you. Thanks, Michelle. Appreciate it. When I first came to this community, I met a lot of great people, and I keep meeting a lot of great people. Really, I mean, there's some bad eggs along the way, and we all know who they are.
Yeah.
She's unique. It is great. If you look close enough, you can see her wander off right in her mind sentence. Fabulous. Oh, it's so true. Although sometimes we do it. When you are on the phone, just quietly say in mid-sentence, now repeat what I just said. No. Oh my God. That would put us on the phone for another hour.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea, but
no, you know when you have it. It's in the eyes for her for sure.
My favorite 2020 project later is going to be T-shirts TV. Interesting. Well, I'm going to do T-shirts at some point.
Pretty clever. It's pretty clever.
At some point, I am. Yeah, I'm not a reseller, but just have fun. Gives great entertainment. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I entertain myself on your show, so.
I know. And we have fun and it's all good. I mean, there's some haters out there. Listen, we were talking about it last night. You know what? Guaranteed to get, so many thumbs down on every video. And it's fine. It never bothered me. It never bothered me.
Thanks, Swamp Picker. It is supposed to be a she shed door, and then Donna got me the fishnet to hang up any kind of mermaid memorabilia I may get.
Hey, Courtney. Good morning, honey. Bola Buddy's in the house. Courtney gave me a nice shout out yesterday. Thank you, Courtney.
Courtney's like the queen of shout outs.
She's so awesome. I you know what? This is why I love everybody. Everybody's so great. Really, they are. But you got your couple of haters. Some people don't like the auction, and I get a thumbs down because we do the banter and the talking and whatever, and it's not for everybody.
No.
I get it. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop us. We still like doing it.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Donna told us last night that somebody actually gave her a thumbs down on her trailer, and I'm like,
I know, that's so sad.
There's no place in hell for that person. My gosh.
I mean, that's the story of her life and the loss of her son, and how anybody can give that a thumbs down is beyond me. I mean, but.
Yep, Bolo Mermaids.
Hey, Texas Tigress Designs. How are you, hon?
Frankie is her name.
Frankie. Hi, Frankie. Good morning.
Oh, my coffee's here.
Oh, look at that. They're early. Wow. So, it's funny that Robin just said that with, somebody's name, that's, what the person's name is. And I respect whatever you guys ask me to do. If you guys, register for the auctions, and you send me an email and you say, T, here's my real name, here's my YouTube name, and here's my information. Please don't share my name. I won't do it. Courtney, I'm sorry. She said she totally missed the auction last night, fighting a bad migraine. Sorry, honey. Sorry about that. Because I do get privy to know everyone's name. And sometimes it's just easier, like, rather than to call flippin' frozen, I say, hey, Donna, good morning. How are you? Or Bolo Buddies is Courtney. Hey, Courtney, good morning. How are you? But if anybody ever, sends me a registration, or if you have sent me a registration and you prefer I not refer to you by your first name, we all know Swamp Picker is Glenn. But I respect everybody's privacy. So please always let me know that as well, because I don't want to, do something that you guys don't want me to do. It's just some people don't want their name out there. And I do have a few people who have registered, and let's say they've registered and their name on YouTube, and I'm not picking anybody out. I'm just going to say, their name on YouTube is Kelly Marie, and then they send me the information and their real name is Jana White, or I've had like Scott Ferrara register, but they're really Sherry Ferrara. Yeah. And they just don't want people to know they're a male or a female or their real name or whatever. So I respect that. So if you guys send a registration ever, or if you have already, and you do not want me calling you by your name, and you prefer I just say Bolo Buddies or, Never Ending Saga or Swamp Picker and not use your first name. I just, I feel like we're so tight knit sometimes that I like, knowing what your name is and, referring to you as that. But if there's anybody like that, I'm fine with not sharing that with everybody else, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I rambled. I went on.
No, you bought me time to go get my coffee. I appreciate that.
Well, they were so early.
That was really quick, right?
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Maybe they're doing that on purpose just in case.
I don't know. I got a big one.
Wow, nice.
It's going to be a long day.
Yeah, and we can't take naps like Donna does. She's so funny. She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go lie down." I'm like, "How do you even have time to go lay down. It's not even possible.
Well, she takes cat naps. Like she'll take less than an hour.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Steve. Yes, we're going to wrap it up, and we want you guys to go. I'm going to drop the link again. If you guys, Donna has her cousin from Italy coming on. If you guys can go ahead and go over, and I hope this is the right link. I hope I dropped the right link. If you guys can go over and, yep, that is the right link.
Yeah,
I was just making sure. Yep. That's it. And we're going to say, have a great day. We hope everybody has a great day. And did I just shut us off? I think I did. Oh my God. Did I just shut us off?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay. I feel like I shut us off. What the heck did I do?
I still see you and hear you. And it still
Okay.
says
I guess I didn't. I did something silly where all of a sudden my dashboard is weird. Like I'm not in StreamYard anymore. How could that be?
Did you leave the studio?
Maybe I did.
Yeah, if you open StreamYard again, you can re-enter the broadcast.
But you can still see me.
Yeah, because your camera's still going.
Oh, that's funny.
That is weird.
Yeah, because I think I accidentally clicked on it.
Yeah, you didn't leave studio. What you did is you just closed the window.
Ah, okay.
So your camera's still live.
No, because now I'm in here twice.
Weird.
Yeah, now I'm in here twice.
Well, we can see you, so it's all good. Got to say goodbye.
Okay. I just don't know how I'm going to end the broadcast, but we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Guys, yeah, go over and watch Donna. We got a minute and a half to go, and I promised her I'd send everybody over there, so the link is down in the description, and we'll see you over there. Robin, don't leave me yet. Let me just figure this out. All right, guys, have a great day.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll just sit here awkwardly till you figure that out.
No, it's weird because up on my screen I have, now if I back out of that, oh my God, oh, wait a minute. I think I figured it out. There was 2 Google windows open in the background.
Yeah, that's how your camera's still live then.
That's how it happened. Because I know if I've accidentally done that, shut the StreamYard off, and goodbye, see ya.
Yeah.
All right, we will go over and watch Donna, and yeah, we definitely have to talk about my trailer. So if you want to, today's a busy day.
Live.
Oh, we're still live. I didn't end it. I'm sorry. Bye, guys. See you later.